Good afternoon, everyone from Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh. Good morning, good evening, depending upon your location. Um, in and thank you again to the organizer to organize such a online gathering where we will be able to present our activities and we will be able to share and learn a lot from each other. And thank you for the audience for your thank you to all of the audience for your interest, for your kind interest. So in this presentation, I would like to highlight the cooking solution what we have brought to the refugee camp here in Cox's Bazar, where about 1 million refugee populations are living since 2017. Running the next slide, please. As you know that here in Cox's Bazar, the influx started back in August 2017. And before this cooking fuel solution, what we have brought into the scene afterwards, before that, the population was dependent on the firewood only. So the photos, if you look into the photos on your left hand side at the top, marked with 2017, you can see that how green this part was before. But if you look into the picture on your left hand side, but below marked with 2018, you can see that how that greeneries turn into kind of desert like places. It's happened mainly because of the shelter construction over that forestry, that greeneries, and also for the fuel wood collection for the cooking purpose. From the very beginning, we UNHCR addressed this issue and started looking for the solution, the sustainable solution, or the tangible solution of this problem. And we started the study on cooking from at the very beginning of that influx, and that study got published on December 2017. And from that study, we found that LPG would be the more cheaper and cleaner cooking options, judging the context of the Cox's Bazar areas, means supply of other cooking fuel, the availability of other cooking fuel, the cost, and the environmental implications of other alternatives as well. So based on that study, we started a LPG pilot because the LPG has been found in that study, as I have said, that more cleaner and cheaper than other available cooking fuel options. And that LPG pilot we started with 6,000 LPG system distribution. LPG systems, here we mean that the LPG cylinder along with the regulator, hose, cook stoves, every of the things. And it started in August 2018. And achieving the success of that LPG pilot, we started the 100% rollout in November 2018. And here we have already able to distribute it 100% to the 100% refugee population, the LPG, and that 100% coverage finished in April 2019. And very recently, as a mandate of UNHCR, we have started distributing the LPG to the host community as well as a support to the host community. And we are targeting to reach initially 20,000 families to the host community living surrounding in the camp, and then it might go up to 40,000. Next slide, please, Ranisa. At the same time, we are doing the monitoring and evaluation as well, that how the LPG system is being used, because you know that it is completely a new system for many of the families, for many of the people whom we have distributed LPG through this program. We have interviewed many of them, and they have expressed themselves up that they had not seen the LPG system before in their entire life, before coming here in this refugee camp. So they were mostly dependent on the firewood for cooking, and they used the traditional three-stone stove before. But it's really amazing to learn from this monitoring, this continuous monitoring and evaluation, what we are doing, that the adoption rate to this new cooking fuel is very high, and they are from the very beginning, they have started using the LPG in a very efficient way. So we have categorized the household in 6 different categories depending upon the family sizes, and we distributed the LPG, started distributing this LPG based on our study, and it was that like that we categorized that each family and each person needs to have approximately 82 grams of LPG per person per day. So based on that calculation, based on that study, we started distribution. But as the adoption rate to this system is very high, and we have found that they actually started saving the LPG. And later, based on these findings, we have recategorized the refill cycle. Means now we are able to save at least 7% of the LPG. So the previous LPG distribution target was 10 LPG cylinder, 12 kgs of cylinder per family per year. Now it uh, got down to 9.3 cylinder per family per year. It means that we are now able to save 7% of the budget which is allocated for the LPG program. So per month, approximately the budget for the LPG is 1.15 million USD for the solely for the LPG program. So 7% of the savings means around 80,000 US dollar savings per month. So it is really huge, and it had only been possible thanks to the population who are using the LPG in an efficient way. Thanks to them that we are able to achieve this success in a very short period of time. Next slide, please. In our monitoring and evaluation phase, we are observing and learning on daily basis the new things, and we are trying to adapt with the circumstances. Say for example, on your left hand side, the photos you are seeing that the LPG, that hose pipe connecting from the LPG cylinder to the cook stoves is wrapped up with a piece of cloth, because we have found some of the families think that it might help to protect the hose from rodents, but it is not the case. Actually, it could turn into a kind of the issue for safety and security, because that hanging part of the cloth might easily catch to the fire. So that regular sensitization is also going on. We are sending the illuminators, we are engaged with the illuminators. The illuminators are knocking the doors almost every day, trying to get the feedback, how it is going on, if there is any feedback to improve the program. And that's how we are trying to improve. And the right hand side you see that that picture, that the clamp, which is the is the connecting point in between the hoods and the cookie stoves. It's very tiny accessory, but the thing is that it's very crucial. And we have found that we are working with several suppliers, and the quality have not they have not maintained the quality in an 100 up to the standard. So because of the low quality issue, that that type of particular cam started to getting rust very quickly. And instead of coming to the distribution point, some of the families we have found, they try to fix these things by themselves. And we have found in this particular instance that that family tried to wrap the hoods with the cookie stoves with a metallic wire. So these could also be turned into a deadly occasions or scenario. Next slide, please. Rani sir, next slide, please.
Mowdudur,
Am I audible?
no, yes, I already put in the next slide, so maybe because of the internet, it's loading slowly on yours. Can't you see the next slide?
Okay, no, I'm not able to see the next slide yet.
Okay, let me try going back and then coming again, so maybe that will work.
Okay, now it's working. Now I'm able to see the next slide.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you. So you can see that we have found the in few of the occasions the water inside the cylinder as well. You know that it is a kind of common it's not that rare practice in this sector. It might happen because of mainly because of the two reasons. Because of it could the reason could be the bad housekeeping of the LPG supplier from where we are getting the LPG, and the another reason could be that it has been done intentionally. The investigations is going on from both of the side, means supplier side as well as our side as well. And the thing is that this type of incident, means water inside the cylinder, is not at that significant in rate like other occasions. So it is still in our control, and we have so far we have only found 20 LPG cylinder filled up with water. So the water content was like the range was 500 gram to several kgs. So that 20 water filled cylinder, if you compare with that 100,000 LPG cylinder what already have been distributed, it is almost next to nothing. But we have taken this issue seriously, and the investigation is still going on. Can I have the next slide, please? So you know that the camp context, it is very congested, and the space is one of the obstacles here. So people are trying to make the shapes, and like for few of the occasions we have found that families are keeping the uh, cookie stoves on top of the shelf, and above of it you can find the another shelves and then another shelves, which also increase the risks of of catching fire at any moment. But so far nothing has been happened in the camp. Everything is running smoothly, and for these type of occasions, for not for like encouraging the people, the refugee populations to like go by the to go to follow the guidelines, to follow the guideline for safe use of the LPG system. We are continuously monitoring, and the sensitization activity is going on the photos on your left, the bottom, you can see that how we are giving them the training as well. The audio, it includes the audio visual training, and afterwards we also give them the first hand training as well. We are giving them the demonstration before handing over the LPG system to them. And the photos on your right, you can see that after getting the receiving the training, that how the peoples are adjusting themselves up. They are creating the mudguard, they to create a kind of barrier from the cookie stoves to the tarpaulin, so that at any worst case scenario the fire would not catch to the shelter wall, to the tarpaulin or the bamboo wall so easily. So that's how the program is developing. And to bring more sustainability into the scenario, we are now planning to go for the pre-piloting of the pressure cooker. You know that the pressure cooker can save uh, 40 to 50% of the fuel, and now we are targeting to achieve at least 30% saving of the fuel of pressure cooker intervention. So within next 3 to 4 weeks, we are very much hopeful that we will be able to start that pre-piloting of the pressure cooker, of distributing pressure cooker to 400 selected families. And after getting the lesson learned from that 400 users, we will next year, we are planning to go for the proper piloting of distributing the pressure cooker to 6,000 families. Then if we are going to achieve the targeted savings point, then we will go for the 100% rollout of the pressure cooker intervention. That's how we are trying to improve our service to the refugee population here in Bangladesh, bringing a sustainable cooking solution to the scene. And hope in future it will be going better and better, and we will be able to serve refugee like uh, to achieve the utmost standard while we are serving to the refugees. So with that hope, I would like to conclude here. Thank you all for your patience hearing.